Pozdrav ljudi životinje, dobrodošli na kanal DEGHrvatska, sam Nino i mi igramo Vampyr, treći live, treća epizoda. Dobro večer Gapini, pozdrav Mihajlo, dobro večer svima. I dobrodošli svi koji su novi na kanalu, subscribe, uključite notifikacije, zvonce, znate kada će biti live, ni ja sam ne znam kada će biti live, tako da imajte zvonce uključeno. Like, share i subscribe. Znači, ajmo igricu prebaciti, da pokrenuo sam već taj loading. I možemo da igramo. Kako se Gapini, šta ima kod tebe? Mihajlo, šta ima kod tebe? Pozdrav dečki, dobrodošli. Ok, jutro smo došli znači, u našu sobu, u ovoj novoj bolnici gdje smo dobili posao. Floor is dying, it needs water. Šta da ja to radim, trebam vodu znači. Pismo neko koje neću čitat, samo ću pokupit. Da tu ima vode, ali... Ništa, danas to radio test iz engleskoj, tako dobro engleski. Engleski ti je... Ništa, to ti je lako. Šta da gdje nađem vodu za flower, uopće ja moram to tražiti, vjerojatno ne moram tražiti. Ja, ajde idemo ovdje, tek tako da potrošim ove poene što sam zadnje dobio. Dobio sam 368, uključio sam ovaj skill u prošlom live-u. Šta sam htio još da odključam? Ovo imam increase health, increase stamina, increase life regeneration using fighting combat. To ne treba, increase number of bullets ništa još, increase your blood caps ništa još. Supplement using bite in combat, to bi ja definitivno pojačao. Odlično. To je dobro. Ok, daj da vidim još samo nešto. Možda mi neće trebat. Možda neće, možda treba, vidjet ćemo koliko je to zapravo potrebno. Za sad ću ojačavati ove stvari koje sam otkrio. Evo recimo, to u obranu, napad. Što sam ovo rekao da je? Ovo za healanje. Da, definitivno to ćemo ojačavati. Ovo, heal ćemo si ojačavati, staminu kaže ne znam koliko će mi biti potrebno. Ovo možda, jer ćemo se fokusirati više da se liječimo konstantno, idemo u veliki lijek da se liječimo. I isto dok se liječimo da skupim što više krvi, da mogu što više koristiti ove skilla 3. Liječenje, napad, obrana, mislim da je to dosta dobar build. A ti si vampir, zašto ubijaš ostale vampire? Pa vidiš, ja pokušavam naći, zapravo ono Gabini što sam ubio u prošlom live-u nije bio vampir, nego je neki bio koji je isto postao vampir, ali se drugačije zove jer je izgubio razum. Nije mogao se kontrolirati, totalno je poblesavio. Znači, nisu vampiri to točno, imaju drugi naziv, zaboravio sam koje. A mi smo viša vrsta, vampiri su više vrsta, šta je ovaj? A on pokušava naći svog tvorca, koga je stvorio. Tu je priča što se sad odvija, iako smo mi došli sad u bolnicu, gdje smo dobili posao, inače je on doktor za transfuziju krvi. I poznat doktor zapravo koji je otkrio to novu vrstu transfuzije krvi. Postoje jako popularan po tome. I normalno tokom ovog rata koji se dešava, nešto mu se desilo i nekoga je napao s leđa, nekoga je ugrizo i postoje vampir. Ko si ti i zašto mi stojiš ispred vrata? Drvava tako.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital.
Onda se
A small
ključ,
door
okej.
at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Okej, nurse. Šta imam ovdje? Sam bio u prostoriji. Nema ničeg tu. Ovo moram paziti da s ljudima pričam. Da dobijemo hintove za druge ljude. Da otkrijemo. Jer ovo je više i koliko je Vampyr, znači koliko je dosta zanimljiva priča i cinematik. I ima taj neki mali gameplay. Dosta detektivska igra isto, koliko sam skužio. Ne mogu tu gore. Ja mislim moram ići s tubama skroz dole izgleda i onda tu. Šta rade ovi? Gdje su oni tu? Ne, oni su još na prostoriji ovdje. To je ona ženska koja misli da je vampir. I ovaj šta ga sve boli. A, priča je još uvijek iste stvari. Ova nešto zapisuje, ćemo prvi što zapisuje.
Yes, Doctor?
A ne, to Dorothy, s njom smo sad pričali, mislim.
Why then do you always work the nights? Don't you ever sleep?
At the Pembroke, we're always hands on deck.
Da nije ona vampirista.
Your dedication to the Pembroke does you credit, Nurse Crane, but when do you sleep?
We staff get our sleep when we can, Doctor. Nursing is a vocation, not the labor of a journeyman.
Lack of sleep and the medical profession always ends in disaster. I've witnessed many a colleague succumb to stimulants to fight exhaustion. Drugs were as deadly as bullets in the trenches.
London's trenches start here at Pembroke Hospital. We are on the front line, make no mistake.
Nešto mi ova igra ne izgleda kao horror igra, nije mislim ovo horror igra.
Please, could you point me in the direction of the morgue again?
It's the large boarded up building behind the hospital. You can't miss it. The key I gave you will open the small back door.
Iza ove bolnice.
That's all for now, Nurse Crane, thank you.
I mislim da sam ja vidio onim putem, čekaj ne, gdje su ovim putem, ili evo putem, samo do kraja, znači glavni ulaz bolnicu je tamo negdje, ovo bi recimo bilo behind the hospital. Ja mislim da vidimo samo šta ima ovdje, to su tijela. Ja sam upravo nekom mrtvacu pismo ukro. To je bio neki lik, vidio sam ga gdje nesto.
It's locked, all right.
I moramo naći ključ za to. Alo, vas dvije, ne divljajte. A gdje je ovaj tiš?
It's locked, all right.
Tiš je... Evo je izlazi van. A možda smo ući unutra dok on izlazi van. Čekaj, idemo pričati s njim.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Zašto? Čekaj, ovaj je rekao da se treba biti mrtav, kako on to zna?
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies.
Kako su on?
Situation was very
Evo
different
divljaju
when
po
the main
kući.
morgue was still open.
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death.
Pozdrav Alan. Evo, istražujemo. Gledamo šta...
How did you get this job?
After I
Ko
left
je
the
ko od ovih
army,
doktora?
I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
To sam ja
Funny
skuđio.
story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago.
Sestra.
You were missing.
O,
She was
sestra, da.
looking for your body.
Uf.
She must be very relieved now.
Baš ide, joj ispio joj svu krv. Bolje ćemo šutiti, o tome nećemo više ispitati to, jer London personal question, sumnjam da imam.
A pawnbroker? I expect you get all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade, I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
I will want last...
So you're ready to die?
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it.
Dobar je kontrole za tebe, svijetli. Je, evo,
My
lično.
death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
God will want.
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
Okej, vidim šta ima za
Please
predanje.
show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really.
Da,
But
da,
I'm sure they can be useful.
da vidim. Možda, ali iskreno nemam pojma išta ako mi treba. This formal paper seems complex and needs to be analyzed. Okej, to ćemo kupiti, nije skupo. Čekaj malo, koliko je to koštalo? To koštalo 70. Meni se učinilo da košta 7, ne 70. Ja sam potrošio, ja sam imao točno 70, ili? Damn it. Potrošio sam sve novce na ovo, nadam se da je to nešto vrijedno.
Tomorrow, more bodies will arrive and then sadly depart.
Učinilo mi se da piše 7, ne 70.
Train terminal, not a
Sad ima 0 da ga bin. Zajebalo me 1-0. Dobro, ajde. Će oni ići još unutra, neće ići unutra. On kad izlaze, možda ja mogu letiti unutra. Ili ulazi, ulazi, svejedno je. I ovo morg. Iza hospital morg, ja mislim da je to tu. I ja imam ključeve, s ključeve od ovih vrata, njup. Ili ne, gdje mi kaže da je morg, morg je tamo negdje. Pa nije baš iza hospitala, malo dalje. O, ima li šta u kanti, evo u kanti možda nađem nešto u gabini. A naš, ali ne... Ne novac, ali mogu to ući unutra, recimo? Ne mogu. I to morg.
Scowl voices in the garden.
Skal.
I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
Skal, to je to gabini. To su ti vampiri, ali ne vampiri koji su poludili. Koji nemaju razum. Znači to je skal. Skal se zovu. Znači ovdje se mora boriti sad. Pripremim mačetu. Idemo unutra. Ključeve imam. Sad će biti ovdje skalova, onda ćemo se fajtat. Čovjek išta vrište. Joj, sad kad mi skočio negdje. Ne senca mi. Nisam siguran uopće da li njih mogu senc. Pošto nisu živi. Ja se nadam da ih nema puno. Da neće gomila njih nalvalt na mene. Ne treba da me horda ovdje naganja. Ovdje se izlazi, nama nije poanta da izađemo, nego da istražimo od unutra. Dobro, neće, morat ćemo ići gore. Joj, ne sviđa mi se ovo. Smo bili ovdje. Jesmo. Zaključeno, ovdje idemo. Evo ga, zaradili smo nešto. Šilinga. Ja meni nije horor, vraga, ja sam se naježio već, iako sam vampir. Mi skoči, ako mi skoči tu negdje, imam vraga. Samo plavi mi skoči! Eno ga. Resistance 6, nemam pojma što mu to znači. Ne znam se šunjat. Provat ću ga udariti iza leđa, stan. Pijemo krv, napuni se. Tako. Udri ga. Au. Okej. Hoću isprobati ovaj shield. Oh.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
Malo on te pije krv, malo ti njemu. Mijenjamo se. Čekaj. Ima njihov uda još. Ovo je to što meni treba. Ali ja ću ovo još da istražim.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Basement, joj, ne, basement. Nisam trebao istraživati. Definitivno nisam trebao istraživati. Gdje je basement? Zašto basement? Šta nismo dovoljno što smo morali na kat odići. Ništa dobro se ne dešava u... Dobro, daleko mi, okej. Jebem ti! Rekao sam da ne želim ovo. Smaknu mi se. Čekaj, ja mogu njega targovati ovako. Okej. Aha. Bećo. Čekaj se. To, pim krv. Evo ti ovo. Dobro. Joj. Dao sam da će došao je trenuci da će me plašiti. Nemojte da mi dolazite, molim vas.
Fortifiers.
Čekajte da dođem vama.
As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
Malo nemoj da me dočeka neki od. Dobre. Tu ne mogu ići, moram naći put u basement, a? Ne stoje! Bio je tu! Nesto je. Gdje je nesto? Vidio sam ga. To vampir bio ili skar? I skarovi mogu tako nestajati. Možda piše 6, znači da su level kao tip. I ja pretpostavljam da. Mislim da da. To je za basement put. Je otišao u basement? Kako je otišao preko vrata? Evo ih, ovi dvojica su ovdje. Level 6 je.
These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not only
Okej. No dosta brzo ja i potrošiti tu staminu. Gdje je pobjegao na drugi? Neću ja staminu razviti. Gore sam došao. Kuda? Ovdje mi se ne čini da mogu. Moram ovdje. Tu onaj drugi pobjegao negdje. Evo ga. Okej, dvojica su. Riješi ga ovako. Moram i absorbat više krvi. Jel moraš čini oči teleportiranje, pošto sam primijetio da si... Da, teleportirao sam se, ali ne mogu svuda. To mogu na neka više pozicije ili preko nečega je tako da mi ponudi. Mogu se ja teleportirati. Da ne znam da li ovi skarovi mogu isto. Me skužio. Može skužio. Okej. Dobro. Ne idem još tu. Sad se izgubio od kuda sam došao. Ima puno vrata. Čekaj, idemo malo nazad. Jako puno vrata, previše vrata. Idemo po redu, znači došao sam ovdje dole, tamo ne mogu. I idemo prva vrata ovdje i kroz ova i ovdje. I ovaj će živjeti. Hoće li ovaj još živjeti? Ne može živjeti, ne može živjeti, ne može.
It's locked.
Zaključano. Ali pošto je ovaj veliki labirint, tu je neko. Tu je neko. Tu je definitivno neko. Vidio sam nekog tu. Ne možeš mi ovo raditi, vidio sam nekog tu. Sto bi ja na ovo gledao. Okej, novo oružje, okej, skoro. Čudno. nam je, koja sam vidio nekog gledila ovdje. Previše vrata ovdje ima. Izgubit ću se u ovom labirintu. Okej. Ovo je znači to. To je to znači. Moramo ovuda. Evo ga. Koji si level ti? Ne! Nemam krvi dovoljno. To. Viš ti stranje. Kako izgubiš krv lagano. Koliko su jaki. Ubit ćemo još. Brzo, krv. To ćemo izlječiti, super. Okej, gdje je drugi? Sam ubio bodovicu. Imaš to municije? Imam, zaboravio sam. Zaboravio sam da imam municiju.
Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
Još ima. Definitivno ću se morati upgrade-a. Dobro, imam 930 skupljeno. To nije loše. Izliječi me do kraja. A nije do kraja, baš evo. Sad sam se do kraja izliječio. Inače, evo, tu se mogu teleportirati, evo. Tu bi trebalo biti nešto svjetlo mi. To sam pokupio sve što sam trebao pokupiti. Prebacit ću na municiju, da. Ovo sam mi sjetio. Da ne koristim ovaj bodež. Pošto nemam krvi. Duća nisam nikakav našao vuda za ono, ja mislim. Gdje je ono bilo?
It's locked, all right.
Se vratili oni gore, a? Da, normalno. Koliko ih je? Dvojica. Opet dvojica. Napuni mi krvi. Nemam krvi dovoljno. Shit. Dobro, imamo nogu. Ovaj mi spija krv. Ne znam šta si ispio kad nemam krvi. Da ću ja popiti tebi. Dobre. U vrtu moram pronaći novčanik. Sad ćemo ići u vrtu. Level 7 su ovdje. Jesu to dvojica, jedan level 6, jedan level 7. Mi ovo level 6 za prvo eliminirati. Šta je ovo? Što mi nije dijelo? Odlično. Ne! Ovo me spriječio. Daj brzo. Kako ustao mi sranje. Šta je bilo ovo? Šta se spagiralo vidjeti? Joj, ne. Šta se desilo s ovim likom? On se zbagirao. Hoće na mene. Ove dvojica su probao. Onaj se zbagirao. Njemu sam se mislio pješao dodaj. Reloadaj. Nema municije. Mako sam se. Sad imam. To je to. Ovo je bilo teško. A gdje on je još drogiran? Odbagovao sam ga. Dobro. Što sam to pokupio?
So,
Sliku.
Mr. Hooks and Nurse Hawkins are an item. Those two have hidden their affections well.
No, ne moram ići tu. Sumnjam da je tamo dalje. Ima li šta ovdje? Da nije ova slika da sam mora naći. To je neki. Ok, polako, polako. X. X opet. Sve sam ih eliminirao. Gdje je novčanik? Nekako mogu inventori svoj ići. Daj da nešto vidimo tu. Šta ovo? Znači, attack speed, stamina, burn bleed. 58 damage. 65, 65, 99. Ali dobro, ovo je, gdje piše? Two-handed, one-handed. To ne. Jel piše to uopće ide? Attack speed 15, 10, stamina, kost 20, 20, ovo je 15, sad prvo ćemo ovo staviti. Čekaj malo. Zakrivo sam oružje mijenju, ili? Ovo. Blood absorption. Neću se truditi izgovoriti. To je bolje. Čekaj, ja tak speed je bolje i sve. Stamina kost. Čekaj, manja stamina kost. Ovo je 10 stan od... Neću ga stanovat. A šta seruma ovih nemam. Barem imamo shotgun u municiji. Neko ništa drugo. Okej. Ovo bi trebalo sad biti jače. Ali ovo mi neće stanovat. Samo će mi absorbat. Dobro, ali ako mi absorbuje, to je isto dobro. Ovi više liče na zombije, pa je da. Jer nisu oni pravi vampire, kao. Poludjeli su, pa više da na zombije. Ne znam ga biti da ovdje ima ikakav novčanik. Da vidimo ovdje. A ne, to se vratio nazad. I ako eliminiram ove NPC-e mogu dobiti na njima experience veliki. Zapravo ja moram ići tu. Ja sam očito našao to što sam trebao naći. A vidite. Op. Gdje moram ići? Gore ja moram ići. Čekaj malo se gubi po ovoj bolnici. Tu sjedi negdje gore, tu. Sliku sam pokupio. Samo moraš dati ovlašćeniku, vlasniku. Pa ne, govori mi da mora doći u svoju sobu tu. Craftat nešto. Ja mogu serum craftat. O, vidi fora. O, mogu nekoga od ovih možda u bolnici liječiti. Moramo ovo analizirati. Ajde imamo ovo me koštalo. Bronhitis. Ok, definitivno puno toga mogu. Ne znam da li hoću, samo nemaj 30 health points. Ovo nije loše, to ne, ali idemo sad ovo. Kraftaci. Evo za ovo više nemam. A imam za to, onda mi krafta jedan. 2 serum, ajde. Nekih se nađe. To je to. Tu, jel mogu šta upgradat? Čak ne mogu upgradat, ali šta me košta to upgradat? Ja materijala. Daj ti meni onda rađe šta najviše koristim. Sam prešao na ovo. Prešao sam na ovo oružje. Ovo nemam za to. Mogu upgradat ovo. Nemam ni za to. Offhand ne koristim. Offhand mogu upgradat ovo. Ovo mogu upgradat. Ovo mogu da se Decrease the remaining consumed by 10. Može. Super stvar. To je to, ok. Pištolj. Ne mogu upgradat. Shotgun. Ne mogu upgradat. Kritično stvarno imam puno toga za upgradat. Evo sam imam serume i za lječice i svašta. Je ovo meni municija? Refill all. Ok. Super. Mogu si prebaciti onda opet na to. Jel mogu ja tu drugi pištolj staviti? Ne mogu, normalno da ne mogu. Čudo bi bilo da mogu. Bilo bi lijepo kad bi štire loadu to, ali nema veze. Idemo vidjeti. Znači, šta sam sad skužio? Da nama fali malo stamine. Definitivno želimo još malo stamine. Imamo bolju staminu. Želim, šta je ovo? Increase your life biting combat. Increase blob zone when using biting combat. Definitivno sve želim. A ovo pročet s tim da health si razvijem još više. Tako. Samo puno veći health. Mislim da ćemo s ovim ići sljedeće. To je to za sad. To je to za sad. Što sam ovo zaboravio? Spring tactical. Dobro, to je to. No, confirm moram. Ja sam sad level 7. Super. Čovjek ne zna kako svijet. A gdje ću naći vodu? Ko je ovdje? Piše mi ko tu živi. 3 doktora su ovdje. A ja imam sobu samo za sebe. Joj, mora da su ljuti, još su do mene. Još uvijek ti stoji da moraš vratiti novčanik vlasniku. Cave. Kako ću znati čiji je novčanik, pobogu milog. Čekaj malo, gdje mi je? Imam li na to novčanik negdje? To je diary neki. A potreba je slika u walletu. Milton! Milton što nije to ovaj vozač hitne. Ovaj što vozi hitnu pomoć, mislim. Čekaj, on bi trebao biti vani. Nisam si našao sliku neku. Gdje si Milton? Unknown. Tu ima neko s kim nisam pričao, ni ne mogu pričat. Ali Milton se inače nalazi ovdje. Samo mi je eno da Milton. Zalutuje.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Pa zapravo imam pismo za tebe.
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet with all the money and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
To me novce, ali čekaj da vidim. Imam li ja šta novo kod njega, personal question.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples just like you come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
Okay,
Goodbye, Milton.
Ok. Njega smo našli. Vratili smo Brigments do Dorothy Crane. Gdje je Dorothy? Eno je Dorothy je tamo.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yep.
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Hospital seems to be falling apart. But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Okay. A ja sam skupio za nešto, ja sam napravio, sad da vidim da li njega mogu izlječiti, ili?
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Sad ću vidjeti. About your hospitalization.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
I
have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me.
proći ću malo pacijente da vidim da li mogu koga izliječiti, pošto sam nešto kraftu
Good
gore.
evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Dobro, nije loše. Ok, ja te nemam šta pitati. Sin ti je dobro.
Goodbye, Mrs. Gosway.
Goodbye. Bežimo odavde.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Operacija? Ne znam. Ništa, ma ništa Boga.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Ništa, nema te pomoći. O, šta je to? Uzmi to. To nikom onako ne treba. Dobro, nećemo jadne ljude bolesne ovdje da cuclamo im krv. Da im da možemo, tebi sumnjam da može pomoći, možda njemu.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Ništa.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Vidimo se. Da idemo ovu žensku ludu.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Oh, imam nešto.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No, Thomas is a delicate soul, even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Sumnjam da njemu treba. Ne treba njemu. Ili? Ma ne treba njemu. Dobro izgleda. Ok, zapravo nisam iz jednog od ovih pacijenta ništa otkrio. Idemo na njoj sjevit, ne?
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Ne znam da li ima što od tebe da tražim, ništa.
Goodbye, Nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
A, to je Edgard, a gdje je Edgard? Gdje je njegov? To je njegov.
I cannot enter.
Edgard je gore, zar ne? Nisi Edgard, Edgard je onaj što me doveo ovdje. Edgard, si to ovo prostori.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
I'm a dead man. I was murdered. Now I'm a murderer. Tell me how this is a gift.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Više sam opet dobio experience, samo što sam pričao s njim. Details. What's this?
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a vamp.
Yeah,
the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
So it seems our Dr. Swansea does indeed have a fascination for creatures of our constitution.
Dr. Swansea is a remarkable man. Dedicated, one might say, obstinate? He spent years compiling our bestiary.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
I have questions, but Vampyr.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Nećemo sad gnjaviti o vampirima, to ćemo kasnije pitati.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
Excuse my impertinence, your ladyship. This is not an interrogation. I assure you that this line of questioning is in your best interest.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Swansea has been treating my condition with a revolutionary technique of blood transfusion. It seems you are a specialist in the domain.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Okay. Ništa, saltate Harriet in the hospital. Ona s pacijentima pričati, ja mislim svima. Sumnjam da je ona...
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Okay.
Have you heard of any blackmailing going on within these walls?
I have no time for mortal games. My secrets are beyond their comprehension, Dr. Reed.
Da, nije ona.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Sumnjam da i on nije ni on.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Have you heard rumors of underhand dealings in the hospital?
If you want to know what's going on here, you better talk to Miss Jones. She knows everything. Especially what she shouldn't.
Okay.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Fear and disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
Ona zna što.
Dr. Reed, may I help you?
Have you heard rumors about blackmail within the hospital?
I don't have time to listen to all the idle gossip that floats in these halls, Doctor.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have had run-ins with the law?
Doctor, you've hardly been here and you're already questioning the moral fortitude of the staff.
Oj.
I'll see you later, Nurse Crane. Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Have you heard rumors about blackmail in this hospital?
No.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I'm all right.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Have you heard rumors of blackmail going on in this hospital?
Dr. Reed, are you trying to take advantage of me?
Of course not, Mrs. Goswick. I'm just curious.
Well, go be curious somewhere else, please.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Doctor.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Have you heard talk of any blackmail here at the hospital?
No. Nothing.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen.
Ok, morat ćemo s doktorima pričati onda.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Have you heard any talk of blackmail going on in the hospital?
If you're running some official inquiry, you had better question the patients. They know more than the staff, especially old Miss Jones.
Miss Jones.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Unknown. O, pa ja nisam s ovoj ni pričao nikad.
What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse, or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
You seem to know more about the goings-on here than anyone else. Beware, Miss Jones, in case suspicion should fall on you.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches' greedy little eyes. Just waiting for me to pop off they are.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on.
A da, to se vratimo ovo dvoje. Pipa.
The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Evo ti si.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
Pepper, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes, Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins. But are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke. But we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
What can you tell me about the strange man
Možemo se naći drugu
nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor.
Znači, nije ono da se nalazi s ovim.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Gdje su ostali nurse? Tamo je opet neki unknown. Gdje su sestre nestale ostale? S Hawking sam pričao. Još 2 sestre moraju postojati. Gdje su nestale? Evo ova.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different backgrounds, Doctor. Just like the patients.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Okay.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
A gdje mi je nestala ova treća? Dorothy. Gdje si, Dorothy? Gdje si se sakrila? Svi su oni negdje kreću. Unknown. Neko se šeće dole. O, pa te nisam dugo čuvanje vidio.
Good evening, Mr. Cox.
Dr. Reed, still working at night, I see. I like that.
And why is that?
People who don't sleep at night always seem more alive to me. More interesting, one way or another.
Do you ever think about that poor fellow I saw you push in the water?
The wound he gave me will make sure I don't forget him. Still fucking hurts. Boss had cut me good.
That man was determined to murder you. You almost died.
What a surprise. The first time I met him, he nearly shit himself. Fucking coward. I guess revenge gives you balls.
What did he want? Revenge?
I recently had to kill his brother. Poor arsehole thought it would be easy to return the favor.
You're a monster, Mr. Cox. An ungrateful and disgusting man.
I'm the toughest bastard you'll ever meet, Dr. Reed. And I don't give a fuck what you think of me.
Tebe možemo iscijediti.
How is your hospitalization going, Mr. Cox?
This is a shitty place with shitty staff. But as long as I'm treated all right, I'll be fine.
What's wrong with the Pembroke staff?
That bastard you sent to bring me here, Milton. I thought he was going to break all my bones before I reached my bed.
I see. Any other smart comments?
The nurses aren't too ugly. Especially that foxy one, Nurse Crane. Pretty brunette, tough attitude, all like that.
What's wrong with the hospital?
Come on, Dr. Reed. The place is a dump. Smelly, sad, and dirty.
But you're alive thanks to the efforts and dedication of the staff here, aren't you?
What are you expecting, a medal? I thought that saving lives was just part of the job. Must be an unsatisfactory profession at this time, I'm sure.
How long do you think you can escape the law, Clay?
I know this city like the back of my hand, Doc. I know its streets, who to pay, who to avoid, and who to bully. I won't get caught.
The police may be slow, but they will find you eventually.
Well, how come you didn't turn me in then? Nah, Doc. I figure you have something to hide so you can't ask the coppers for help.
Hint failed. Fuck.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in the hospital?
Blackmail? That's not my style. Too risky. The black market, though. Now that's where the money is.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
Koliko mi on experience ono može dati? Blood quality 420. Izgubio sam hint na tu blood. Da nađem još 2 hinta, onda ga riješim. No, njega nećemo sad istraživati. Gdje je ova ženska otišla? Dorti. Nemoj nigdje da nije govoriti što. A mi nazad svoj sovu. Ovo ćemo definitivno. I ovo ćemo. To će jako puno koštati. Koliko je ovo? 5000. 300. To su definitivno neke skupe stvari. Ću se povećati još lijek ako mogu. 600. Daj mi povećaj lijek još. Ok, to je dovoljno za sad. Ok, ne znam gdje je Dorti, ali... level 8, super. Naći ću menju, ali mislim da ću ja za sad save-at ovdje i završiti. Ok, to je to za večeras. Vidimo se u sljedećem live-u, želim vam svima ugodan ostatak večeri i laku noć. Tu definitivno završavamo i nastavljamo idućem live. Hvala na gledanju, pozdrav do idućeg live-a, uključite notifikacije ako niste da se vidimo opet i da vam YouTube javite kad smo live. Vidimo se do tada, pozdrav, ugodan ostatak večeri i laku noć. Bye bye.